Hey guys, welcome back to the Clash Royale tier list. Honestly, I'm glad thanks to me and my assistant Carrie here, we've been able to produce a lot of videos, which is surprising. Cause if you see my channel's history, ever since animations, I just don't really make that many. But I'm not gonna try to waste too much time with an intro. I'm glad I'm back. Let's just get to it with arenas 6 and 7. Okay. So here's an interesting one. Hmm. Alright, so starting off with the mortar. Okay, so my opinion on the mortar is that really I don't really like the expo or the mortar like attacking the towers. They don't really seem to prove to be that effective. But the mortar does way a worse job, and I know at that because really you don't use the expo and mortar for other purposes. Let's be honest. You're gonna be using the other defenses like Inferno Tower, or maybe like a test list on them, or something, or like a bomb tower to hit multiple targets at once. Mortar's it doesn't got much going for it. In the clip, it's getting destroyed. First of all, that's already flagged. Like sure, it's okay, well, when it's getting attacked, it's still shooting the tower. Bro, that is some bull crap, bro. Why am I spending 4 elixir to do some damage, bro? That's it. And that's not even a guarantee, bro. That's cap. The damage isn't even that great on the mortar. Like, honestly, it's crazy how easy the mortar can be countered. You're supposed to probably think you can defend the mortar, but mortar's just a D tier. It's bad, bro. It's bad. I would put it on F tier, but saying it's as terrible as a giant or just regular skeletons at their prices and what you really can do with them. Mortar doesn't deserve to be that low, but it's still low in my opinion. That's just how I feel. I've used the mortar a good amount of times. I felt like there was always a better. You can't just think of elixir cost too. Again, I think about using one of my 8 card slots. I only have 8 slots here. I need to choose optimal cards, and mortar is not very optimal. Okay, now I'm gonna talk about the skeleton barrel. I'm gonna be honest, bro. Skeleton barrel is kind of cool. I've seen enemies and allies use this, and they can do some damage. Pair that up with a freeze or something, and you got yourself something deadly. But okay, I'm not gonna complain about it too much, but it can it can get clapped. I guess the skeleton barrel kind of reminds me of the goblin barrel, how that works, or the miner. It just kind of speaks sent there to attack. Well, I guess skeleton barrel doesn't get automatically shown there, but skeleton barrel's a weird one to rank because I don't use skeleton barrel that much. And saying the example, plus I've seen practical 2v2 and one-on-one situations with skeleton barrel. It hasn't really paid off as much as you use it. This card doesn't pay off that often. I mean, one of the only good examples I seen is I used a real world example against Inferno Dragon with the skeleton barrel one time. That was pretty sweet, but other than that, even then, when you place an Inferno Tower down, or when an enemy does, it takes time for a skeleton barrel to get anywhere. Even if it's not a lot, it can still give the enemy time to counter it and stuff. It's not bad. It's not really good. I'll put it at C plus. It's better than okay, but it's not good enough to be considered something I use. There's definitely cards you probably could use that's worth the card slot more than skeleton barrel. But I do see it has its uses. Rocket. Rocket costs a hell of a lot. Like seriously. Like it's supposed to counter stuff, but both these cards are 5 elixir cards, for example. Sure, counters them. That one did damage, but first of all, enemies are not being spawned there all the time, like most of the time. And Rocket is never just like. I feel like the lightning card is kind of like around the same damage, or kind of better to me, at least in my opinion, because the radius is bigger. Rocket is such like the smallest radius, I swear. It's to me, I seen it mostly used for finishing off, towers, and that's it. That's the main use I've seen players use it for. Which kind of makes me upset because you can use a fireball or something way cheaper to finish off a tower. Like damage, like this is I'm a level 9 rocket by the way. Damage 432. That's sure that's a good amount, but still, it costs 6 though, and 6 elixirs a lot to use, even for a spell. So I'd have to give Rocket a C, just a regular C. It's not bad. I do see its purposes, like I said, not just in the clip, but obviously, I guess it is a use for every card if you see it that way, but obviously it's not like you're really getting that much bang. You're not getting bang for a buck with Rocket. Like, because they spent 5 elixir, you spent 6. Even in the clips, like, seriously, bro, that we're showing off. So that's a bad sign, so that's crazy. Alright, so let's get on to the 4th card, the Flying Machine. I don't really like the single-shot flying units all that much. I don't know why. They just never really been that great. And I don't think the Flying Machine is an exception. I mean, I guess it's cool because it can fly and it can do solid damage. But the Mega Minion for the same price slaughtered the Flying Machine. Not same price, cheaper, matter of fact. But that being said, like, the Mega Minion's a melee unit, but still. I feel like the Musketeer is a better pick. I know it's a ground unit, but still, it just feels like it's a better pick. I don't know, Flying Machine's a very average unit. And to me, average units are like 3 elixir, usually. It's also a C+. Like I said, it's not really much just good things to say about it. It's whatever. Expo, I'm gonna give it a B. Like, huh? All right, we're back. Oh, sorry. Expo, I'm gonna give it a B. Like I was going to say. The thing is, Expo's pretty like it's good for what the job is. Like if you can get it on the tower, and it has a lot of range, which is kind of cool for defense, and it can shoot kind of fast for its target. So I guess you can use it as defense building as long as a building that can actually hit the tower and destroy it if you can defend it. But it's not going to be A or S tier because it's not a card that's perfect or really that great. Because like I said, S tier is for broken and A tier means top tier cards. Expo's not top tier, but I do think it's kind of good. Like, that's all I'm gonna say. I don't have too much to say on the Expo, but I still think it's like better than the Mortar, and I can understand people who use Expo. Balloon. I actually used Balloon in my original deck before, like before I started switching out certain cards. I say Balloon can do a decent amount of damage. People can counter it and stuff. Obviously, not the easiest thing. Most good players will have units like those and other things like a lot of other hunters just to kind of destroy the balloon, kind of making it useless. But that's why it's only 5 elixirs, so you could pair it up with something that can help negate that. Or what I've done in the past, like to make balloon good, is I've used like a lumberjack to throw it in front of it, or like a rage potion. Lumberjack because he's a melee unit, and I do like the lumberjack a lot, and I use him because he's like a regular soldier that can, when he dies, becomes rage, gives people like quick speed and attack and stuff like that, which is awesome for me. Especially because it's 4 elixir and I'm getting like an average unit with a rage potion. But the thing is or rage will work too because you can kind of rush it, and you can use freeze to kind of pause the enemy. Like balloon is kind of good, and since it's flying, not every unit can hit the balloon. and Balloon does a hella damage if you do not tend to it. It could destroy a tower by itself. And not I don't remember that many units that I remember that is 5 elixir that can just do that. At least for me. So so I'm gonna give Balloon a solid A tier. It is awesome. Like you can, it's obviously it's not broken, but it's definitely a top tier unit for me. Like if you use it right and if you have the right cards to back it up, and if you waste your enemy's elixir and use it. Now onto the legendary cards. So the log I actually own and I love. Like honestly, this one I kind of compare the log to the barbarian barrel because they both they're both like do kind of the same purpose, but like barbarian barrel you get a minion, you get like a soldier out of it. Again, an average soldier, slightly lower than average, but still a barbarian. And the log you do get more range, like a longer field of radius to hit, and you can kind of hit the tower with it to finish off a tower. So the log, definitely not going to be S tier though, but I think it's going to be. It can like for its purpose of counterattacks, and it can also finish off towers, like at low health. Like and sure it can only hit ground units, but still it's really cool. I have if it were able to hit air and ground, it would have been S tier. But since it's not a spell that can hit anything and it hits only ground units, it's gonna stick at A. But A tier is still saying it's a really great card. Like it for 2 elixir, like it's definitely a good counter card and it can finish things, which like I said, it can do 2 different things, which is pretty cool. Okay, let's see. And the Inferno Dragon. Just like the Miner, I don't have Inferno Dragon, but I can definitely give you like a fair estimate on the Inferno Dragon reminds me of like the Inferno Tower. Like there's not too much of a difference. Really, I think the only difference to me is that the Inferno Dragon is pretty much better than in all ways. And even if the Inferno Dragon is like slightly faster damage rates, the Inferno Dragon or whatever it may be, you can look up the stats for yourself. Inferno Tower might have like more health or something. But like Inferno Dragon, the fact that it's cheaper and can fly and is a unit that can move, that can hit towers and stuff, and can use a defense. To me, Inferno Dragon is an S tier. It is literally broken. Like, if paired up in front of stuff. Because you don't ever have an Inferno Dragon, like, hit up. The only weaknesses to an Inferno Dragon for me is you have to either destroy it or lightning, like, or, like, if you, like, tase him or something, kind of like the Inferno, tower, then that's the only way to really, like, stop it. Because usually for me, if I had an Inferno Dragon, I'll put it in my main deck and, like, have like either like a Mega Knight or something really powerful in front of it, and like a tank, and like the ultimate tag team to me would be like like maybe like a Prince or like not like as that expensive like a Mega Knight, because maybe take that back, but like a Prince in front, probably like a spell on hand, like either like a arrows or fireball to destroy like any kind of minions being spawned, or do a lot of damage to like or destroy enemies that are floating above the Prince. And just those 3 things, like a good spell, Prince or like some other tank or Dark Prince or whatever, an Inferno Dragon behind it, then you'll be good. I swear. Like, it's not gonna be the easiest thing to counter. That's all I'm gonna say. S tier for Inferno Dragon. Top tier boy, but now we're on Royal Arena. Okay, let's start with Royal Recruits. It's an interesting card. I mean, I use a lot. Like, you'll be surprised, but like I kind of use it for like stories and stuff. Like if I were to do like a role play. Yeah, I don't know why you was a Clash Royale. That's the weirdest thing, but it's kind of fun. But okay, so let's actually talk about actual uses for Royal Recruits. It costs a lot for like a good amount of regular units, which as you can see, it can take down like 2 different lanes of like attackers, which to me, but the thing is, it costs so much elixir. Most of the time, you're not gonna have that much to start up with. Like, and you definitely wouldn't really use it in like one-on-ones. But on 2-on-2s, if you could save up elixir and stuff, I do think Royal Recruits is like good enough to not say it's a bad thing for 7. I'm gonna say like it's C tier. It's okay. Like it's not bad. It's not good. I wouldn't blame you particularly if you use Royal Recruits, but it's a card slot and like again it's 7 elixir. It's spending your bit like usually for me like if you like you should only have one card or two at most of something costly like that, like one or two, preferably one, for like a really good deck because any like really expensive cards can outbalance out other cards obviously because it might cost too much elixir and you can't summon them out. So yeah, and yeah, it's cool. All right. Royal Giant reminds me of the Giant, and for one more elixir. But he is ranged. Like he's not gonna get an F tier, but he does remind me of a Giant a lot. But the fact that he has like a ranged attack doesn't do all that more for me. Like, sure he can get to a target like quicker. And but the reason he's not going to be an F tier, unlike the Giant, and he is because like you could put an enemy in front of him or something. You know he's supposed to be the tank, which is weird, but still, he wouldn't be that bad. I'm gonna say he's D tier. He's bad, but he's not like horrible. Like he should not exist. Like actually, when I say F tier, hope it doesn't sound like I don't want those cards to exist particularly, because Giant like is definitely F tier, but like I get it for early game, like people can try him out and stuff, and especially because they won't have like the Prince like for the first like few matches like until they obviously get better tanks. But Royal Jock is at D tier. Royal Hogs, I like this is gonna be a controversial opinion probably because like it's like they're whatever. Um, they do damage and all, but like I swear there's better cards for it.
What's D tier?
Oh, D tier would be the Royal Giant. It's kind of bad, that's why. So it doesn't even deserve C. It's too bad for that. But like I said, Royal Hog. So it's like there's a lot of better options. I don't see many advantages using Royal Hogs over something like a different like thing like Hog Rider, who has more health and can withstand things. But I guess there's 4 of them. So that's cool, I guess. Um, so it's not like the example that showed. Oh yeah, Royal Hogs can do this. Like, it's dumb because like, yeah, and other tanks do that. So what? Royal Hogs have speed, sure. Which I guess I can't say all of them have like speed like that. And they do have a good amount of health each, but they just don't do enough damage for me to put them any more than above C. There's a lot of bad cards today, I'm sorry. Like I said, it's just C. It's okay. It's not bad to me, like, for, like, what it is, putting it in a deck. Like, but 3 Musketeers cost so much. Like, it costs the most in the game. So obviously I'm gonna roast it, because no one is gonna spend this much time spending 9 elixir on 3 Musketeers that can be countered with a fireball. I'm not being sarcastic, like, sure, it's like, okay, we can split them up and use so many Musketeers for a cheaper price. Bro, anyone with, like, a right mind can, like, defeat, like, 3 Musketeers before they, like, split up and stuff. And I'm not saying, maybe I'm tripping, maybe I'm wrong, but Musketeers, bro, they cost way too much. Like, sure, it's like, but you getting 3 Musketeers, though. That's like, you know, 1 Musketeer is 4 elixir, right? So 2 is 8 elixir. Both only 1 more elixir, you get 3 Musketeers? What's wrong with you? Bro. Just because there's a more of a unit and a good deal doesn't mean it's a good card. Like, and it does have its purpose because it does a high lot of damage. But the thing is, especially in 1-on-1, it's gonna be hard to like get a lot of elixir to like put any kind of things in front of it with how much it costs. That's why Three Musketeers but at the same no, it's a D tier. Like for how much it costs, it's a D. Like it's not horrible because it can do stuff, like can do a decent amount of stuff, but like it just costs way too much. Like that's why not many people use it at all because it just costs way too much, and this most likely the time there's no way you're gonna get to that much elixir when enemies are attacking like that. It's a card you're most likely not gonna end up using unless it's like the beginning of the game, or if you're in like a 2v2 maybe and you could save up. But yeah, it's just too much. That's when a card gets too much.
What's too much?
Dark Prince. Like I'm not gonna praise every card just because it's high cost or destroy cards because they're low cost. There is a card that's like 1 elixir that is like freaking A tier. Like I will go over that card that day. It's A tier for 1 elixir. I'm gonna say that, but like I said, we'll get to that card at some point. We're not here with it today. Dark Prince. Dark Prince is interesting because he reminds me of the Prince if he had like less damage, and I think less health or around the same, even though he has a shield and health. But that being said, like he is a cost lower, and he is and he still has like a strong sprint attack. He does have that cluster attack, which makes him kind of good. So I guess I'm gonna give him a B plus. Like Prince is A tier if you remember how I said about it before. But if you haven't watched previous parts, please do, so you know how I feel about the other cards. Unless you're looking for specific arenas, then yeah. So yeah, it's a B plus. I would throw it at A, but I guess more bias reasons. You maybe just called up on bias, but Royal Guards. 3 elixir, skeletons with shields. They make good counter cards. Like, I'm not gonna lie, they do make good counter cards because strong attackers like the Prince, for example, or like the Mini P.E.K.K.A. would waste so much time attacking them. Like, sure, wait, wouldn't a skeleton army do the exact same thing but better? Hell yeah, why do you think the skeleton army's S tier? But, we're talking about the guards right now, not the skeleton army. We're talking about 2 different units. The thing is, at least if, like, this... One thing I say the guards have over skeleton army, though, is, like... Side note, is because they can, like, take a shot from something before dying. Like, arrows can be shot down. But then again, like... Still, it's, like... They'll take... Then they're, like, 1 hit. But still... They're chill. I don't want to say guards are trash. Like... I think they're B tier. They're B. I'm gonna give them a B. I don't think I've given anyone a B today. I just realized. I think I've given them a C plus or B plus. So I'll give the guards a B because I feel
Royal
generous.
guard?
The guards are gonna get a B. B first.
Royal?
Who?
Royal guard?
Just guards. They're just called guards, actually.
Okay.
It's a skeleton trio with shields. Alright, now on to our 2 legendaries to end off the video. Mega Knight, bro. I've been talking about him on every previous video and videos after that for a card I really love. Now, for 7 elixir, it's like, okay, it costs a lot though, right? But it is so worth it to me. He just be ground pounding like everyone, bro. He is a tank. He does heavy damage when he jumps against opponents. Like, obviously, you put something behind him, like a flying unit, bro, and oh my goodness. Like, Mega Knight can handle his own, bro. Like, this dude can handle, like, this whole squad easy. Fam, come on, boy. And obviously, like, you pair that with, like, the healing spirit. The unit I mentioned earlier, that's really good, but we'll get to that when we get to that. We can just, like, for 1 elixir, just, like, throw him on someone and then heal. You feel me? There's not many, like, tank units that can out-tank the Mega Knight, even. Like, not that many, at least. But then again, I never really throw the Mega Knight by himself down. But also, one more thing, he lands on the ground, and it's kind of like his own spell, kind of like, not like a spell, but obviously it's like, he's like a grunt attack that, like, does, like, a lot of damage as he spawns in. So he can destroy a skeleton army, It's a lot of damage on landing. So he has that going for him as well. And that's not even before he spawns in, bro. This guy's a straight savage, bro. He jumps and does a lot of damage like a prince. And he is a tank, bro. A tank, a good damage dealer. He is like, bro. He is S tier, bro. He is broken, bro. He shouldn't be in the game, bro. He should be 8 elixir, bro. Like, bro, he is too good for the game. Bro, I swear it. Bro, Carrie, agree or disagree with me right now. I need you to tell them. Tell me that the Mega Knight is too powerful right now. And that you can just, you see what it can do. Like,
Yes.
tell them it's broken. It should not be in the game, bro. It's
I
broken.
didn't consider it broken enough to be glitching, but it's pretty
It's broken.
powerful.
Alright, now finally, I'm done talking about the Mega Knight on my rant, bro. He is broken, bro. I love him, but a princess. Princess is good. I don't have her personally, so I'm not gonna judge too much. She can be kind of countered easily. Like, I'm gonna judge her off the opponents I fought. I do have to waste time, like, getting a troop, like, to kill Princess. Princess isn't that much, and she kind of does, like, the job that an Expo or, like, Mortar would do, but, like, you're like, okay, but she can't do much damage, so why are you comparing them? But the fact that she's something that won't die unless you manually do something about it, because she can outreach any opponent. Towers, defenses, she can just outreach that shit. So she's getting a solid B plus from me. Like, just that, like, is decent. And she can take down, plus she got like a scatter shot to take down skeleton armies as well. And she can outreach it, bro. She's definitely a B plus. Like, you sleep on the princess, bro. But she's not A tier. Like, but she's close. She's close to A tier. And that kind of wraps up this episode. Obviously, I'll show you the final product.
What's the princess?
Alright, guys. So I'm back. So this is the final tier list. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe if you haven't, because that would be nice. I could use a subscriber. And like the video, too. That would be nice. But obviously, not all of you would have gotten this far, so. I appreciate all of you, and I'll be back with you soon. Peace. Bye.